Alright, let's move this here. Okay, so I fucked this up. Alright, listen here. Okay, I've been trying to fuck with Foxy Grandpa for like 3 weeks, okay? Because this dude stole some shit out of my videos, okay? I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but he's a fucking thief. I have been planning to do the whole Let's Go Bros intro thing for like 3.5 weeks on either channel, and I forgot it every fucking time I go to make a video. So you know what? Let's go, bros. Alright guys, just a little bit more of a laid-back style of video today. Talking about Modern Warfare 4 again, and this video, it's not like leaks or information or anything like that, like usual, but I just kind of want to go through my personal wish list for the game. Take my headset off really quick, it's getting on my nerves, but because I have a lot of high hopes for this game, man. As a Call of Duty fan, I'm really hoping that this is truly that game that we say basically every year is the new Call of Duty game, the one that makes the franchise great again, and the one we're all gonna love. But with Modern Warfare 4, I feel like that gets pushed to an entirely different level, because it's Modern Warfare, you know, at its best, and I think if they don't do Modern Warfare 4 right, like, there's just no hope. I mean, that's just the franchise right there. We had Modern Warfare 2, 3, COD 4, of course. Great games, but I do have a lot of high hopes for this game, and I definitely have some things on my wish list that I'm hoping that we do see in this game. So the first major thing that I really hope for Modern Warfare 4 is kind of built off of these leaks, but no specialists in the multiplayer at all. Personally, I'm not a fan of specialists. More or less, I feel like it's just a way to reward the bad players with the ability to compete better, and instead of giving them a legitimate way to compete better, it just basically gives them a score streak or a kill streak, and just, yeah, I hate that. So if Modern Warfare 4 doesn't have specialists and it's a more classic Call of Duty gameplay like a lot of us have been wanting for a longer period of time, I'm going to be really happy about that, and I'm really hoping that's what they decide to do, especially since we are going to Modern Warfare. I don't really think specialists would work out all that well in a modern game anyway, thankfully, but that's what's being leaked, is that there won't be any specialists, so I hope that they keep up with that, and I hope that that is something that we don't see. I personally just don't feel like they have a place in Call of Duty. I think they're best left out of the franchise, but if we are gonna have to have them, I would much rather not have them in a Modern Warfare game, so that's probably my biggest thing. I think that's gonna make or break whether I really enjoy this game. Number 2 is some better map design, man. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels this way, but it feels like Call of Duty in like the last, I don't know, 4 years. The map design has just been terrible. I just can't get behind any of these maps. I truly don't believe that we've gotten an iconic map in Call of Duty since probably Black Ops 2. Now, I'm not talking good maps, because there's been a good map, I would say, in pretty much every COD. I think Throwback was a good map from Infinite Warfare. I think Fringe was a good map in Black Ops 3. World War II, London Docks was pretty decent. It was the best map in the game, I would say, but it's not hard to pick that as the best map in that game, considering the map selection was dog shit. But even in Black Ops 4, I guess Arsenal's not a terrible map, but at the same time, it feels really generic. But we have definitely not gotten anything like Raid or something like that in recent Call of Duties. It hasn't gone down, and I hope that that changes. I hope we get some good map selection. And I'm not talking about remastered old maps, which I'm fine with them doing if they pick the right maps, but I want some good new maps, you know? I think the real thing with Call of Duty that's really been hurting the multiplayer, that I don't think people have been talking about enough recently, is the map selection. Even when it comes down to Black Ops 4, in my opinion, the best 4 maps in the game are the ones that they brought from older Call of Duties back, and we just haven't gotten an iconic map in a long time, and I think that needs to change in Modern Warfare 4. The franchise could really use another great map like Rust or Terminal or something brand new coming to the game, you know? There's a lot of great ideas that still haven't been implemented that they can use, and that's something I would love for them to do. Number 3 is an extremely good balance of weapons. Now, this is another thing that was leaked, was that some iconic maps and weapons from previous games were going to be making a return in Modern Warfare 4, and I'm fine with that as long as, like, not all the content is basically recycled, but I think that there's also a lot of great ideas for new guns that can come into Modern Warfare 4. I mean, even looking at Ghosts, which is a game that's extremely divisive, there were a lot of great guns in that game. Even in Infinite Warfare, there were some pretty awesome guns in there. There were awesome ideas. There were some that played extremely well, and I think that that's something that really would be refreshing to the Call of Duty franchise. I mean, even in Black Ops 4, pretty much all the guns are based off of an older weapon, so there's not truly a lot of new ideas when it comes down to those weapons. Of course, they have different stats and looks and names, but I mean, at the end of the day, there's nothing like truly new there. I know that's stretching it a little bit, but most of the guns are basically just remakes of older guns, and I think that there's probably some more modern guns that they can go with that we haven't really seen, that can be thrown in there with the mixture of all the other good weapons that they plan on bringing back to just bring something new. And on top of that, with the weapon selection, I would totally like a diverse cast of weapons on top of that. I would like a decent amount of guns. I mean, Modern Warfare 3 launched with dozens of weapons. Call of Duty used to launch with just so many different guns, and then here in Black Ops 4, there's like 5 or 6 base assault rifles that aren't DLC, and like 4 or 5 SMGs. I personally just don't think that that cuts it. If I had to pick a good number, I would say 9 assault rifles, 7 or 8 submachine guns, 5 shotguns, 4 or 5 snipers, 5 LMGs, like 6 different types of pistols, a couple different types of rocket launchers or grenade launchers, and a combat knife would probably suffice for me, because they're probably going to be adding in DLC weapons eventually, which are of course going to add on to the cast of weapons and stuff, but I think the game needs a decent amount of content like that at launch. I guess that really goes with the maps too. I think the game needs at least 14 new maps. That's perfect for me. I know that might be a little bit high for some of you. I mean, I think they could get away with maybe 12 and then having like 3 or 4 remastered or remade maps off the launch, but they're gonna have to bring something new eventually, you know. But that's just how I feel about it, man. I think that the games need a decent amount of weaponry to use, because it just encourages a bunch of different play styles, and it actually brings some depth to the game that I feel like, personally, Call of Duty's been missing for a long time, and I'd love to see that return with Modern Warfare 4. Number 4 is just iconic score streaks. Now, the thing about Modern Warfare is there's just such a ridiculous amount of great score streaks. The number 1 guaranteed score streak that has to return has to be the tactical nuke. I don't care, man. I need a 25 nuke kill streak. It's gotta come back. It's gotta have that OG sound to it, the nuclear siren. It's gotta be like it was in MW2, man. That just, whew. That's probably the best score streak in Call of Duty history, and honestly, it's iconic to the series. On top of that, I'd love to see like the Pavlo return, an airstrike, a Harrier, a Predator missile, a UAV, counter UAV, a strafing run or a bombing run of some sort of Blackbird, or a VSAT type streak. Gotta have the AC-130, man. Some sort of strike team kind of thing would be pretty nice as well. These are streaks that we've kind of seen all throughout the duration of Call of Duty, and even in Modern Warfare anyways, but of course I'd like to see some newer types of score streaks as well that maybe we haven't seen, like for Infinity Ward, to maybe get a little bit creative with that, of course. I would also love to see the specialist streaks come back. That, if you're not aware, I don't think it was in Modern Warfare 2, but in Modern Warfare 3 there was these things called the specialist streaks, where depending on how many kills you got, you could get extra perks, and you could select all these different perks. So let's say you got like, oh, I don't know, a 4 kill streak. You wouldn't get kill streaks or score streaks like an AC-130 or an Osprey gunner or anything like that, but you would instead get these extra perks, like 4 kills might get you like Scavenger Pro, 5 kills might get you like, I don't know, Hardline, and then of course like 7 could get you like Dead Silence or Sleight of Hand, or, you know, you could go through and pick. So you could have your 3 base perks that you were already using, and then based on your kill streak, you could pick up 3 extra perks. And when it came down to it, it was pretty awesome, because it gave you new ways to play the game, and instead of just putting up a bunch of score streaks and stuff, you could get extra perks and possibly go for these insane kill streaks. You could run around the map faster, maybe reload faster, or aim down your sights faster on top of your 3 perks you already had, and it added a lot of depth to the gameplay, and I really enjoyed having them in the game. I would love to see those come back with some iconic score and kill streaks. Another thing is campaign. The campaign has already been confirmed, but when I mean campaign, it's gotta really hold up to the testament that the first 3 left behind. I mean, these 3 campaigns are 3 of the best campaigns in FPS history, alongside Call of Duty history, and this campaign has to hold up, man. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what direction they're going to take it in, or really where they can take it, because we don't really know all who is alive and planned. Like, there's rumors that Ghost could have survived and he's going to be in it. As far as we know, Price is still fine and he should be showing up somewhere in the campaign, but it really has to hold up. I'm going to be kind of disappointed if this campaign sucks. I'm hoping it's going to tie up some loose ends in the storyline, and I'm hoping that we're going to see a pretty awesome finish to the entire thing. One thing that I would love to come back is definitely having the Spec Ops and survival modes coming back into the game. Spec Ops were basically in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, technically I guess in COD 4 with the Mile High Club thing, but they were their best in MW2 and 3, and it was basically like extra missions that took place on like multiplayer maps or at specific parts of the campaign. They were almost like speed runs in a way, and you'd earn stars depending on the difficulty and how fast you completed them, and if you actually did complete them. And of course, survival mode was like MW3's take on zombies. Instead of having zombies though, they were just AI soldiers that you killed in waves and stuff like that. You could upgrade your weapons, you could get new guns, you could buy score streaks and stuff to use, which was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome, man. I loved survival mode in MW3, and I would love to see it make a return. Another thing that I really want to see come back for multiplayer, even if it's not in initially, if it came through an update in the future, that would still be awesome. But Face Off, man. One of the most underrated things about Modern Warfare 3 was this playlist called Face Off, where it was 1v1s, 2v2s, or 3v3s on these special maps. And this was just awesome, man. I don't know if you guys remember this or if you played Modern Warfare 3, but this was just such an adrenaline rush. It was so fun to play, and I would love to see it come back, man, because it just brought a whole new aspect, really. And another thing about multiplayer I'd love to see is the community playlist kind of thing come back, with modes that come from just iconic Call of Duty mods and all kinds of stuff. I'd love to see Prop Hunt, One in the Chamber, Infected, some sort of Michael Myers game mode would be just awesome, man. Just to bring kind of like some fun, you know, just extras really to the Call of Duty multiplayer that we don't really often see. I mean, we do see Prop Hunt and things like that come back now ever since MWR, but it would just be awesome for that to be expanded upon. I mean, the whole Weekend Warfare thing in Modern Warfare Remastered was awesome. I'd also love to see that come back. That just, whew, that was fucking dope. I'm sure as time goes on, I'll have an updated wish list and stuff, especially once the trailers and the reveals and stuff like that all start coming out. But as of right now, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. That's what I'm really hoping for. There's probably some other things I didn't think of right off the top of my head. If I ever have to update this wish list, I will do so. But I think with all of this stuff combined, we would have an amazing year for Call of Duty. And I really hope that Infinity Ward is hoping on doing so, because it's something we've been wanting for a long time, man. It's been almost a decade since this franchise has been at its peak. I would love to see even one more year of just great Call of Duty come back, man. Anyways, that's gonna be for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SupToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my brand new content. Join the Discord down below. Let me know what you think down below. Do you have anything specific you'd like to see return in Modern Warfare 4? If so, let me know down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, waiting on MW4, and signing out.